Hi, Damien Sarah again, and day 6, May the 21st, 2011, and yeah, just keeping you updated with how I'm getting on. Today, it's been pretty good, been a pretty chilled day, and with eating wise, yeah, I feel pretty good to be honest with you. I'm not craving so much. Yeah, I'm feeling good, just been eating the raw vegetables. I must admit, I did kind of run out of ideas earlier on of what to eat, so it's not strictly with the diet because it's not raw, but I had some miso soup and I just chucked some raw vegetables in it, so that was pretty good. And yeah, so looking forward to doing my workout later on, and then going on with me a large meal and overeating. And today I'm going to talk about the actual principles behind the overeating and why it should theoretically work and what it should theoretically do. And obviously I've only been doing this diet 6 days, so you have to bear with me on my actual findings, which obviously I'll publicise once I've finished and whether I think it works or not. But just to give you a background basis, what should be involved in the overeating, the principles, and yeah, why it should work. Okay, so the 3 main principles with the overeating phase. First of all, you want to start off with the less aggressive tastes and the more sort of blander, I suppose you could call it, foods, and basically work towards the more flavoursome foods. And this is just a general rule, because generally the sort of blander foods tend to have more enzymes in to be better for you. So basically the best thing is, when you start your meal, start off with leafy vegetables, raw food, even maybe just a raw veg juice drink. Do that first of all, because when that goes in the body, that prepares the body, you've got enzymes at the ready as well. When you tend to eat dead meat, dead food with hardly any enzymes or none at all, straight into the body straight away, it doesn't digest it as well. So if you line the stomach first of all with some really high enzyme food, after that, then eat your protein, and then following that, eat your carbohydrates. Now, for me personally, I don't think it's very practical to say, eat this, then eat that, then eat that, because I want to eat the meal together, I want to really enjoy my meal. But as a general rule, I've just been having a bit of vegetable to begin with, or maybe a bit of salad. Or what you can do is have a fruit which has low in the glycemic index. So, you know, go for a grapefruit, or a watermelon, or a papaya, something like that, have that to begin with, and then go on and have your main meal. Next principle of the overeating phase is when you start to feel thirsty. You know, you're eating your meal and like you may have had a big helping, you start to feel thirsty. That's when generally you've had enough. Basically, that's the sort of rough rule. You've had enough. Have something to drink, and then 20 minutes later, if you then still feel hungry, then have a bit more. You know, but the main thing about this diet, apparently, is that it's supposed to bring out the instincts. I must admit, even just on the 6th day, I tend to not be craving things. I've noticed that substantially. I'm not craving, and I just feel happy. I have my meal and I just feel happy, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I can chill for a couple of hours and then go to bed. I don't feel like I'm wanting for something. Whereas, you know, when I've been cutting weight in the past, in a traditional sense, and being successful at it, but still feeling like maybe at night time lying there and thinking, oh God, I wish I could have a strawberry milkshake or something like that. You know, something stupid, but you know, cravings come into play. So yeah, that's definitely improved. And also another principle, you know, this isn't, you know, there's some science to support this and some isn't. This is going to go a lot against, you know, principles that are out there in the mainstream. But the main thing with this, when you actually fast like this, and you know, then you overeat and your body gets used to this continually, basically what happens then is nutrients are actually really, once you know your body's waiting for this large meal to come in, it knows it's coming. Then you eat this meal, you know, especially if you're trained as well. Then you eat this meal, your body's already geared up. So basically, the nutrients from the meal are released quicker. There's a thermogenic and also the anabolic process is quickened as a result, because the meal's coming in, your body's almost geared up already to digest this food and metabolize this food, and as a result, the anabolic process, you know, repair and muscle building is sped up. Glycogen stores get replenished, adrenal hormones and also thyroid hormones get secreted at a more rapid rate, and also androgenic hormones such as testosterone get released in abundance. That's the theory. Obviously a lot of people counterclaim this also, but we'll see how it goes. And then the last sort of theory as to why this diet's so good is also the principle being just like when you do a short intense session, that is the equivalent of doing lots of long sessions. The same thing with this eating principle, that you're having one meal, say this meal's 3,000 calories. Your metabolism then is basing itself on digesting and metabolizing, I don't know if I've said that right, getting rid of, 3,000 calories worth of food. It's then got the same heightened metabolism throughout the rest of the day at that same level as if it's getting rid of 3,000 calories. So potentially your metabolic rate is heightened greatly, rather than 6 500 calorie meals. Therefore, theoretically, it's only 500 calorie sort of metabolic rate, because that's what your body's anticipating, another 500 calories to come along. So you're eating 3,000 calories, and you're eating all this veg and fruit, mainly veg, and then technically then it's using up the fat. So that's the principles, and we'll see how I get on. And as always, head over to www.getinshapefastdiary.com and check out my other articles and my other days, and speak to you soon.